This is the best acted movie of the year. I
Yes.
don't think that's a controversial take to say. I
No.
said this in my review. I really hope that people don't forget about this cast at the end of the year when the award season comes around. I'm not saying all of them need to win awards, but genuinely, down to 1 second characters and 1 hour characters, this movie is expertly acted from their emotions on their faces to the moments where they're speaking to the moments where they're not
Sure.
speaking. You feel so connected to them. I felt so connected to all of them, both from a hatred perspective for some of them and a love and admiration perspective for others. I think that I've talked about this on the podcast before. I have a big problem with movies that feel like they're out of place shoving a political message down your throat, where you're watching a movie that isn't political inherently and they take a very important political message, fuck it up, and shove it down your throat. The
Right.
core of this movie is a very, very clear political message. It has something to say, and we're gonna talk about that because it is such a core part of this movie. But
Sure.
because it is so interwoven in through, you're seeing that political message through the eyes of characters that have experienced the harm of this world and what has led to this. It doesn't feel forced down your throat. It feels like you're just watching people living in a fucked up world and talking about why we need to change it. It makes you feel, oh wow, I can't believe that these characters are going through this. I feel so connected because I can either relate or I know people who have gone through that. Because, yes, this is a dystopian world, but all the problems that they bring up are human problems. They're
Yes.
problems that might seem big and outlandish because the long walk might seem big and outlandish, but all of us have a long walk that we go through. We all have a moment in our life where we have to push ourselves beyond our limits to accomplish something that might not even happen.
Sure.
A big example of that, this podcast. There are hundreds of podcasts out there. Very few of them make it to the end and make millions of dollars and get to make wishes like going to premieres. I'm not saying we're ever going to make it there, but this would be an example of a long walk. I view the long walk as kind of an analogy for the struggles that we all go through as people, because while we might not all be going through something where we get shot in the head, if we fail, we all have a definitive moment that determines whether or not we're going to succeed and whether or not we are strong enough to persevere through the amount of sometimes literal shit that we
Sure.
have to go through.